is enough said.
What up, Heat Nation? Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Would really appreciate it if you guys can like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We are pushing to 6,000 subscribers. Now let's get ready to go on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Heat fans, I know it's tough. I know it's bleak. Last night, Jimmy Butler requests a trade out of the Miami Heat, and it looks like the Jimmy Butler era is over with the Miami Heat. And it's funny, you guys, because one huge thing that I was talking about the last two games was that Jimmy Butler's effort seemed very low in these Miami Heat games against the New Orleans Pelicans and last night's game against the Pacers. Jimmy Butler scored 9 points in both games, averaging 5 attempts in the Pelicans game and 6 attempts last night. Now, there was reports that indicated that Jimmy Butler was not liking his usage rate, how he was just standing in the corner and taking shots, and that's not really his game. And I understand that, but I saw Jimmy Butler the last couple of years do the same shit during the regular season. This is the same thing a lot of us were really upset about with Jimmy Butler. Not the fact that he misses a lot of time during the regular season, but half of the times that he plays during the regular season, he's coasting. So for Jimmy Butler to come out and say, oh, I don't like my usage, and oh, I can do better, and I'm not just a stand-in shooter, I'm thinking, really? I get in the playoffs, he's him. I get that. Come on, Himmy. I get that. But in the regular season, Jimmy Butler really hasn't taken that step and approach. Now, it is what it is. I understand that Eric Spoelstra has leaned more towards Tyler Hero this season, which he should. Tyler Hero's 25 years old, playing like an all-star. You got to give Tyler Hero his opportunity. And he's taking the ball and he's running with it. But it was reported after the game that the Miami Heat accused and threatened to suspend Jimmy Butler because of the low effort after the Pelicans game. Now, the Miami Heat denied the rumor, but it is funny that that came out there. Now, as we all know, I posted a video yesterday about the trade request rumor. This video today, you guys, is pretty much who's to blame. Are you on Jimmy Butler's side? Or are you on Pat Riley's side, the Miami Heat front office? And it was actually reported today by Shams Charania. I posted a short about it earlier, you guys, but Shams has said that Jimmy Butler has urged the Miami Heat to get help the last 3 years. And this is a quote by Shams. The last 3 summers, Butler has urged the Heat, from my understanding, to make moves, bringing in another star around him, and the Heat have not done that. The Celtics went and got Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis after the Miami Heat beat them in the 2023 playoffs. The Miami Heat didn't get anyone, end quote. That's true. I don't care how we look at it, that's true. After the 2023 Cinderella run as an 8th seed, Pat Riley never got players to help Jimmy and Bam. Yeah, he traded for Terry Rozier. Yeah, he traded for Kyle Lowry in the past. Kyle Lowry worked only the first season. Terry Rozier hit and miss. But you never got that star. And the Miami Heat were always linked to players. We know this is the case every year. We've been linked to James Harden multiple times. We've been linked to Kyrie Irving. There was even, when Kyrie Irving was traded to the Dallas Mavericks a couple of years ago, the Miami Heat made an offer. They were just declined. The Miami Heat have made multiple attempts getting Kevin Durant, especially when he was traded to the Phoenix Suns. When Kevin Durant requested the trade from Brooklyn, his teams that he preferred were Phoenix and Miami. Miami dropped the ball again. But the biggest one was Damian Lillard. The Miami Heat had 2 months in the 2023 offseason to get Damian Lillard. They failed. Now, it doesn't matter what happened. It doesn't matter how it happened. The fact is they still failed. Damian Lillard requested to come specifically to Miami. It was Miami or bust. And for months, Pat Riley told Portland, it's Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, and draft picks, and that's the best you're going to get. And then Damian Lillard got tired of waiting and told Portland, send me to either Milwaukee or Brooklyn. Once he opened up teams, bam! Damian Lillard was immediately traded. For 2 months, Pat Riley and Andy Ellsberg had an opportunity to get Damian Lillard on this team, but they were not able to budge by giving up more assets. Now, was that a good thing? Was that a bad thing? Hindsight's 2020, who's to say? Because at the end of the day, Miami would have had to probably give up Jaime Jaquez Jr., Nikola Jovic, future first-round draft capital, which probably would have included the Khalil Ware trade. But then you would have had Damian Lillard on this roster with Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler for the 2024 season. Does Jimmy get hurt? Because remember, Jimmy got hurt in the play-in game last year. If they had Damian Lillard, they probably wouldn't have had to play that game. So, are Heat fans blaming Pat Riley for this? Or are you blaming Jimmy Butler? Because let's not forget, Jimmy Butler was the one that pushed the Miami Heat to get Kyle Lowry. And even though it did work the first year, Kyle Lowry hampered us the next 2 years of making any flexibility. If you guys want my opinion, I say it's both sides. Pat Riley is to blame for not getting that star next to Jimmy Butler. But I also throw some blame at Jimmy Butler for not being the player he should have been during the regular season and helping us getting out of the play-in tournament. When you are constantly missing over 20 games per season in the regular season, and you're making about $45 to $50 million a year, and you're making superstar level money, you need to give superstar level effort. And you need to be there. You need to be consistent. I love Jimmy Butler. You guys see it. I got jerseys of Jimmy Butler. I got the Hemi shirt. Jimmy Butler is my ride or die with this Miami Heat team. I've loved Jimmy since he's been here in 2019. Even the year before we got Jimmy Butler, I was a huge proponent on trading for Jimmy Butler from the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jimmy Butler fits this Miami Heat culture to a T. He's the perfect Miami Heat player. He's been that guy after Dwayne Wade has left. And even though Jimmy Butler has had success with this Miami Heat team, 3 Eastern Conference Finals, 2 NBA Finals, 0 championships, it's heartbreaking to see that this is how it's ending. It's heartbreaking to see that this is how the Miami Heat are blowing up this roster by sending Jimmy Butler out. Now look, is Jimmy Butler going to get traded by the trade deadline? Shams reported that is definitely a possibility. But you don't know. Maybe Pat Riley and the Miami Heat won't pull the trigger. Maybe they'll chalk Jimmy Butler until riding it out for the regular season and seeing what happens in the offseason. The Miami Heat loved what they saw that the LA Clippers did. By letting Paul George walk, they were able to get so many assets and fill this roster up completely. If Jimmy Butler walks, that's freeing up $52 million in space. And you're allowed to get other players. You're going to get your mid-level exception. You're going to get your biannual exception. You're going to be able to play around with this roster. But Heat Nation, as bad as this is, as terrible as this looks, at the end of the day, this regular season was mediocre already. With and without Jimmy Butler. We were mediocre. So even though this sucks, at least this gives us an idea of what this team is going to look like. But I want to ask you, Heat Nation, what do you guys think? Are you blaming Pat Riley for this? Or does the blame go to Jimmy Butler? I think it's 50-50. But I want to hear from y'all. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Do not forget to click that notification bell. We're pushing to 6,000 subscribers. I know Bam Adebayo also mentioned that Jimmy Butler was upset about his usage rate. I know Jimmy Butler hasn't had the highest usage rate here, but at the end of the day, I don't think that had anything to do with Spo. I just think that had to do with how Jimmy Butler plays in the regular season. We've seen this before. I watch every Miami Heat game. I know that's the case. But I want to hear from you, Hate Nation. Maybe you guys think differently. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Thank you so much for the continued support. I know there's a lot of drama going on. I know Heat fans are heartbroken right now. Stay positive, you guys. Stay upbeat. Because if the Miami Heat make a trade for Jimmy Butler, this roster will be upgraded. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for the support. Until next time, your boy Ernest out. And that is enough said.